So this is the gin that we're using today. We'll talk about it in the drink in a little bit. That's Nut Hansen.
Nut Hansen.
It might seem a little weird because when we talk about the drink, we didn't have the bottle in the room, but it's just, it's okay. So we're reviewing They Live, and it's an action movie in the 80s, I would say. Kind of like a, maybe a thriller action. But, a lot of it is just full bore 80s action.
It's like a John Carpenter action movie where it's like, it's definitely an action movie, but it's also like, like John Carpenter's one of those directors that's like a little better than maybe like other, like no one knows who directed Die Hard. No offense if you directed Die Hard and you're listening to this podcast, but no one knows.
Shout out, Bob,
but people know who directed They Live. People know who directed like Escape from New York. That kind of thing.
So like, my point was, you would expect that movie to have like an action star, an 80s action star, 90s, whatever. It did not. It had Roddy Piper.
Rowdy
Roddy Piper. So with that, I was just curious, like a top 5. I think we should do a little quick power rankings.
I agree.
Our own personal top 5 power ranking of action stars.
Okay.
Because it just kind of was weird that this one just didn't have one.
Yeah.
Good movie, great movie, but still didn't have one.
Sure. It stood alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do it really quickly because I think we could make an entire episode based on like just action stars, but like
we should.
We should, and stay tuned because we
boys.
probably will one day.
This might be a preview.
But here's what I did with my top 5 of power ranking really quickly. Quick note. Okay.
Sure.
I didn't list anyone who was. They might have been in action movies, a la Tom Cruise, Collateral, Mission Impossible, but I don't feel like he's known for just being an action star. So I tried to stick to just action.
Pure.
Yeah.
I can see what you're saying, because I can see the argument that he is an action star, and I agree with you in that he's not.
Yeah, and like that's
he's
honestly,
a star that is in action movies.
That's the reason I didn't put Denzel on my list.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. So I agree with that because I consider Denzel more of a complete actor.
Yeah, agreed.
And I think of him in other movies.
Yeah, like I love Training Day. I kind of liked Book of Eli, which I know is kind of weird. Man on Fire, great movie.
Glory.
Yeah, but like to me, he's like an actor that's too good to be considered an action star.
Any Given Sunday. Remember the Titans.
Any Given Sunday is Jamie Foxx. Actually.
Yeah, and Al
Pacino.
Cool J.
And Al Pacino.
And Cameron Diaz.
Really?
I think she's like the chick.
Shout out Cameron Diaz. Hello.
We should watch The Mask for Cameron Diaz.
Just for Cameron Diaz. I'm gonna list the top 5.
Okay. All right. So do you want to go? You want to do your bottom to top right away?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 5 through 1. The only reason why I think we should just do it that way is because I don't. If we go too deep into it, it could be its own episode.
Sure, I understand.
I think we can.
We're trying to keep this kind of around 10, 15 minutes kind of deal. But I didn't know if you wanted to alternate or whatever. But I like it. Go 5 to 10. 5 to 1.
All right. 5. Steven Seagal.
Oh, okay.
I have fond memories of Steven Seagal. Out for Justice is one of my favorite movies. Shout out Sean. You don't remember me anymore, but we used to watch.
I don't remember.
Well, I mean, like we just fell out of contact.
Yeah. You don't exist anymore in his mind.
Like in high school, man, me and this dude watched it like every weekend for some reason. We would quote it for no reason.
Yeah. That is interesting. I don't think I'd ever quote a Steven Seagal movie, but hey.
Hey. Number 4, I'm gonna go a controversial pick because there could be a different Chinese actor chosen here, but I'm going Jet Li.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
I'm going Jet Li at number 4.
Like he's a modern.
Yeah, a little bit.
A modern Jackie Chan.
Yeah, he's like earlier I guess Jackie Chan kind of encompasses a lot of eras, but like Jet Li had a much shorter window,
He
maybe.
did.
But I used to really love Cradle to the Grave. Do you remember that movie?
That's one.
And Romeo Must Die.
Cradle to the Grave is the one with DMX.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
DMX also was in a movie with Steven Seagal, wasn't he?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wounds.
Exit Wounds. I don't know that one.
Well,
I don't know that one.
You like Steven Seagal. Go check that out.
Number 3, Jason Statham. Yeah, number 3.
Shocking.
Number 3. Bro, The Transporter.
Yeah,
great
right.
movie. But
Handsome
also...
Rob.
Yeah.
And Italian Job.
Yeah. I was going to say, Italian Job I feel like is underrated. Like the Jason Statham one.
Movie.
I feel like there's an Italian Job or a bank job with like Matt Damon. Fuck that one.
I don't know if that exists. It shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. Get that
but Jason Statham, number 3. I went a little controversial pick here, but I think I think I'm allowed to. Keanu Reeves, number 2.
Whoa,
John Wick.
You're allowed to do whatever you want here.
Speed, Matrix. All different kinds of action movies.
Yeah.
All amazing action
John Wick?
movies. Yeah, I said that was the first one.
Oh, sorry. I heard Speed and Matrix.
Oh, John Wick, Speed, and Matrix. Like, they're all different variations of action movies.
Yeah.
You know, you got your sci-fi fantasy. Yeah. And then number 1, obviously. Undisputed. And I won't even go into this because I know you're going to... You can take it, but Arnold.
Arnie,
number 1.
He's on my list.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Arnie.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Solid list. Solid list.
It's a good list. I gave a lot of thought to my list.
The one that just kind of is shocking was the Statham.
You don't think
Statham's he's fine, but is he top 5?
I think he's 3.
You think he's top 3, brother?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with 5. All right. Bruce Willis.
Great choice.
My dude's the everyday man action star.
He's jacked, but he's not like jacked.
He's like I could achieve that bod.
Yeah, he's a dad bod action star.
Yeah, he's like he just wears the wife beater, you know. Are we allowed to say that? I don't know. The tank top.
The tank top.
You know, I don't know what we say anymore, but the Die Hard outfit.
The Die Hard tank.
John McClane. You know, like
hot take, Die Hard 3, best Die Hard.
Get the fuck out. Go. Number 1 all day. Hans Gruber.
Yeah. I mean,
3's okay, but like, how do you not like 2?
I gotta be honest, I don't even remember 2. Like, I remember Airport. 3, I remember 1, and unfortunately, I remember 4.
I didn't watch actually past 3.
Okay.
I kind of was like, it was one of those like where it was too far gone past the last one, you know? And I always hate it. The only one I ever give that exception to is Terminator. Every time a Terminator movie comes out, I'm like, I'm ready to be hurt again. fuck my life up again. You're gonna suck ass, but I'm gonna go to the theaters and see this shit. Number 4. All right, number 4 might surprise you.
Oh.
I'm gonna go Will Smith.
But I wanted to put Will Smith in my list.
It sounds crazy.
He's action star.
Just think about the mid to late 90s, mid to like maybe mid 2000s. This dude was in every blockbuster action movie ever.
He was. Like, Wild Wild West, I think, you're going to hate this. Wild Wild West better than Men in Black.
Hey, that's erroneous. Not even close to being real. I hate it. That's what?
You hate Wild Wild West?
I don't hate Wild Wild West. I hate the fact that you think it's better than Men in Black. I can maybe think about maybe better than Men in Black 2. Maybe. But it still has Tommy Lee Jones in it.
Sure. Oh, is Tommy Lee Jones about to make it?
I thought about it, but I was like,
All right, Will Smith.
Will Smith's number 4. Coming in at number 3, Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan deserved.
The precursor to Jet Li.
He was. He paved the way.
I think he has such a style.
Yeah.
Like his movies.
Like, you know what you're going to see when you go to see a Jackie Chan movie.
And he was huge, man, for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
massive star.
You ever see the Jackie Chan show, the cartoon?
Oh, the Jackie Chan Adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome. What the hell was that about?
Why was that a show?
It was a show. I was watching it as a kid.
I was like, hell yeah, Jackie Chan.
Grandpa was like voiced by Jackie Chan or some shit. Or
the grandpa was? Not even Jackie Chan?
No, Jackie Chan was in it, yeah. No, Jackie Chan was in it. My bad. Who was the grandpa? I don't know.
Maybe Jackie Chan's grandfather.
Before I get into top 2, I do want to put an honorable mention, Bruce Lee. I know I don't know if he's an action star, but I think so. I think he's even more back on like Jackie Chan and Jet Li. Like,
he's the real precursor, probably. Here's the problem: never seen a Jet Li movie, or not Jet Li.
Bruce Lee.
Never seen a Bruce Lee movie.
My dad used to watch all his kung fu movies.
Really?
So like seen like Enter the Dragon like 10 times, dude.
Really?
Great movie.
All right.
Yeah, we should watch it just for not for review.
We might review it.
We might review it, or we just watch it for fucking fun.
We could do it and just do a kung fu movie.
That's just Kung Fu.
Kung Fu movie. A Kung Fu movie.
Yeah, a Kung Fu movie. I don't know if it's YouTube standards and regulations. You know, it might be flagged for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number two. Number two is going to be The Muscles from Brussels.
Oh, Jean-Claude.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Look, I was thinking about these guys. Yeah. I don't think anyone's going to argue with your list.
Okay.
Jean-Claude.
But if somebody doesn't do that, another thing to that sentence, yeah.
Yeah, Jean-Claude belongs on any list. Right. What is your Jean-Claude movie?
My Jean-Claude movie?
If you had one movie to represent Jean-Claude,
I would go Time Cop.
Over Bloodsport?
Well, Bloodsport's good, but Time Cop is like stupid good. Stupid good.
So I think Time Cop is one of those movies where, like, if you want to see what Jean-Claude is about, you watch Time Cop, because that's a splits. You know,
he does all this shit.
He's
like trying to save his wife. You know?
Yeah.
We should watch. I can't remember what it's called. Like Double Trouble or something like that, where he's twins.
He plays himself.
He's himself. He's twins. They're not themselves.
Not he plays himself, but he plays twins. Yeah. He's got two characters.
One's got like a mullet. One's got like short hair. You know, that's the duality of Jean-Claude.
And the duality of man.
The duality of man. Yeah. One day you got a mullet. One day, you're Roddy Piper with a mullet. One day you're Arnold with a buzz. You know,
Speaking
which leads into my number one. Arnie.
Undisputed.
Yeah. Like, year after year, slipping out blockbusters.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can't argue it.
Anyway, you know, and it's just like he paved the way for a lot of other people, you know.
Yeah.
Like, no one can compare. But that's
no one can compare. Like, the thing about Arnold is, if you have a list, if you're power ranking your greatest action stars and Arnold isn't one, I feel like
you're wrong.
Yeah, like this is one of those things that I feel like is like almost like scientific.
Yeah, this is.
Do you know what I mean? Like it should.
This is law.
Yeah, like
you know,
there's no reason anyone else should
you
be
got like
number one.
Avogadro's law. You got the law of physics. You got Arnie fucking rules law.
Yeah,
you know that's really it.
That's really it.
You know, here's the sad thing: is there's only 5 spots.
Yeah,
some may say I left some people off. Did you think you left somebody off that you might have regretted?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like all of your list was people that could be on any, like, you know what I mean? Like, Jean-Claude could have taken Jet Li's spot.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I think the viewers will have to stay tuned for a
full-blown
like action stars bracket. I think we just decided how that's going to do it.
We just decided a new episode. There you go.
Yeah, and I think it'd be cool to do the actual actors themselves, so you hold up their entire
filmography.
Yeah, you don't, because like then you're gonna have like, if you do action movies, you might have like a Harry Trasker versus like a.
Oh, you want their characters?
No. I don't. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
It
should be body of work when you're talking action.
I would think so.
Stars.
I think it's actor against actor. You know, Carl Weathers up there, Sylvester Stallone. You know, no one said Stallone. I'm not a big Stallone guy.
I'm not a big Stallone guy.
I
like Rocky too.
I always felt there was some kind of you pick a side between Arnie and Sil, you know, and I picked the side with Arnie.
Like,
you know,
I think
you can't waffle here.
Like if the situation was over here, you know,
or like Rob McElhenney's
here. Like my thing is, I think Rob McElhenney would agree with us though, because he's a Predator guy. I remember that
he's
from
a big Predator guy.
Yeah,
he's a big you know, body. Hard bodies.
Yeah, hard bodies. And, like, no offense, Stallone, but...
Stallone.
You ain't win no Mr. Universes.
Yeah.
You're just a normal Jack guy.
Yeah, you're just a dude that's just Jack.
Yeah.
You only did a little bit of roids.
Yeah.
You didn't do the max.
You didn't
do the biggest you could be.
But, like, I think, you know, Stallone is big with, like, Italians.
And Philly.
Oh, and Phil. Like, if Billy was over here, he'd choose Stallone.
Billy would be,
but like
Billy Zane, action star.
Yeah. Billy Zane is an action star. Well,
yeah. He's been in an action movie.
Yeah,
and then he was in Titanic.
Yeah.
Not really action.
And then he was in Zoolander. Major action, but
Demon Knight, kind of action.
Kind of action.
Scary. Though.
Tales from the Crypt, action.
You should watch that, but yeah. That's
we should.
An awful movie.
We're gonna do an episode one day, and then, like we were gonna choose anybody else.
Come on, he was here the whole time.
We should do an episode on movies or like things we watched, like
Billy Zane's up there.
That your parents were like, you can't watch this, but they would watch it. So you'd like watch over their shoulder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You peek around the corners.
Like I know how your house was set up, where you had the TV, but like if you looked out your down the hallway, you could see.
You could see.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I think that's like a Tales from the Crypt for me, which is Billy Zane.
Bordello of Blood. That Tales from the Crypt movie definitely wasn't allowed to watch that because it was about like slutty vampires. Hot. And I was like 12. Which is, prime
Bordello blood age.
Bordello blood time, bro. And they were just like, no, you must wait. They were blocking me on the titties in Titanic. The Titanic titties.
My parents were very, like, I remember going to see Titanic a lot in theaters. My mom really was big on Titanic.
How many times did you see it in theaters?
In theaters, at least 3 times. I can think of 3
individual. That's like a
individual
fucking day's work.
Yeah, that's 3 hours,
time,
bro. The only thing that got me through it is every time my mom was like, hey, close your eyes, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, not today, motherfucker.
I'd be like, okay. But
let's scope a nip.
I mean, Kate Winslet is a formative breast.
Formative breast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are our top 5 action stars. Stay tuned because we're about to review They Live.
All right, Chris, we got a drink here.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about this because it looks kind of refreshing. With the cucumber floating around on
Anything
top.
with cucumber.
Yeah.
Anything with cucumber is refreshing. It
Yeah.
makes me think of summer.
I can see that.
Like a nice hot day, which today is very hot. But it's not just cucumber. Do you taste something?
No, all I taste right now is cucumber. So
no. It's a cucumber gin mix. Basically, we use the DeGINerate cucumber lime.
Yeah, shout out to Noko.
I know you love that. It's one of your favorites. We used that. We muddled some cucumbers and we mixed it with some nut. Was it Nut Hudson? Knudsen or Nut Hansen?
That's not on here, but
I forget. Look at that.
I didn't know how to pronounce that thing.
I think it's nut.
We used it because it was a California gin.
Mm-hmm.
And it I almost slipped off the edge there. And it had really blue eyes on the bottle, which would have been cool to show, but really blue eyes on the bottle, which kind of is reminiscent of a character in the movie we're going to be reviewing.
Yeah. Do you want me to go grab the bottle?
I don't think it's really. You should probably just splash the bottle on the screen.
Yeah, I was like, bam, there it is.
Like White Walker blue is pretty much what I described it as.
Pretty much. The California. You mentioned the California because we're reviewing They Live, and it was based in L.A. And this actually is from San Diego, so right down the street.
Right down the street.
So
you've actually been to San Diego?
I have.
I haven't. It's one of my dream places to visit.
It's okay. I mean, I think you would like it because it's not like humid.
Yeah.
It's not like overtly hot.
It's also like I always hear it as like kind of like Charleston. It's a big foodie place, like a lot of good food.
Yeah. There's a lot of good Mexican food too, which
I like.
I think you like. Yes. Yeah. They definitely Mexican influence. It's like right across. It's like it's like 20 minutes from the border.
I always wonder what Baja California is.
Oh, that little strip.
Yeah, that
is it different than regular? Well, isn't that Mexico?
I think it is. I think it's Mexico. Yeah. But I don't know anything about it.
I don't either. I mean, it's like a different
genre,
country, a different genre of Mexicans down there. Like
I don't know.
The whole world is different.
Maybe. You said when you rented a car, they told you couldn't drive to Baja California.
Well,
right?
Tijuana.
Which
I think is in there, but it's like I think it's like right across the border from San Diego.
Okay.
They like make sure you write a waiver. It's like don't take our shit over there because I guess drugs.
Yeah.
And criminals.
It's called being an ignorant mule. It's when they notice like American plates and they slide drugs.
Unknowingly. You think I wouldn't notice if someone slid drugs underneath my car?
I mean, like, you're probably in a bar. They're doing it when you're not.
Yeah,
you're not like driving it. Some guy's like, I'm gonna slide this in there.
Yeah, you just slip this and whoop.
Yeah.
I'm like driving. I'm like, man, this MPGs feel a little off right now. My car feels a bit heavy.
Heavy.
Like cocaine heavy.
I do like this.
Yeah.
The only thing I taste though is like alcoholic cucumber.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I taste the cucumber.
Yeah.
And then I taste alcohol.
Yeah. So I don't know what else there is to taste though.
The lime.
The lime. Which is funny because sometimes cucumber is a very faint flavor.
Yeah.
But like I think if you do like enough of it, it's still also like a lingering flavor.
Yeah, it's so weird because like you're right. It's like it's a flavor that's really faint, but when it's like like nothing tastes like cucumber. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like I don't know how to it's like water.
Yeah, so if you taste it, you know what it is.
It's like herby water.
Yeah, and then like having it float on the top right now gives you that aroma. Well, yours is on the bottom, but you kind of smell it and it makes you taste it more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried to make the cucumber slices look like eyes.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna just Photoshop some glasses on top. We try to put some glasses on top, make it look like the ones from the movie.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say the eyes kind of look like the aliens' eyes in the movie.
They did.
If they were blue, perfect. But like they did look like it.
All right, I got a question for you about this drink.
Sure.
This is something we just kind of threw together.
Right. Which is what we usually always do.
Well, kind of, but like, this didn't have a name. Like it wasn't based on. Mm-hmm. We usually like take a cocktail that you found and then kind of fit it to
tweak it. Yeah.
So, but this is just something. If you had to name this, what would you name it?
Man, nada.
That's kind of good because like. People would say cucumber doesn't really it has a flavor, but like
it's kind of
you don't really taste like, and nada kind of also means,
and and this is the problem with making a drink like on the fly.
Yeah,
we could have made one taste like bubblegum.
Oh yeah,
and it could have been like his line where he's like, I'm all out of gum.
Yeah, that would have been a cool. Yeah, I would love to do maybe that'll be used in a different thing sometime. We should definitely make a bubblegum flavored drink sometime.
Yeah,
I think that'd
was
be
like,
a lot of
wait,
fun.
that would have been cool. Like bubblegum flavor, and you're like, I'm all out of gum or bubblegum flavored drink, and I'm here to kick ass.
Yeah,
and shit, But the character's name's Nada, and I feel like this is kind of like.
It's interesting because like
let's go with that.
Yeah, I think Nada's a good name. I think
unless you got one on the tip of your tongue.
No,
tip of your butt.
I do think you could use the namesake They Live. Mm-hmm. Only because like it is really refreshing. Like to me, it almost feels like
you said something. Yeah, on the way home, I thought it was.
It just to me it tastes so refreshing that it's like it'll give you life.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could drink, and this is gonna get into my rating. I'm just gonna flow right into it.
Might as well.
I could crush these.
I see you already did. That's crushed.
Like this is good.
Yeah.
I'd give it a 4. Like wow. I would start and stop my night if someone said this is a. Yeah, like I think that's something when we go to bars and stuff, we definitely look at drinks and we're like, oh, that's got cucumber, that's gonna be really refreshing, and we kind of like that is something we drink a lot.
I do like cucumber, lime too.
Yeah.
But, one thing is you could just put more lime in it too, like lime juice.
That's true.
But I think it's good as it is.
I do too.
Okay.
I kind of like as is. I would still get. This is a 4. This is what I want.
It's something you need to make it more. Right.
Maybe like I think the only thing like if someone were to make this at home, find like an herb.
An herb.
Yeah, just like I could see this being served, but I feel like it would have like an herb in it.
What about mint?
Ooh, like mint cucumber. I think that would be good. Like a little mint, like
just
not add mint flavor, but just like
just on top.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. This is a 4.
We wanted to get it to 5 though.
Yeah.
Our aspirations were 4, but now it's like
that's gonna be a hard thing to over. I can't see anything overtaking for you.
For me?
Can't. Yeah. Does that it's your namesake.
It is.
So.
But I mean, I can always do something.
Yeah. And then
I thought the Bluth banana was pretty good.
It almost got you.
It was close. Yeah. The only thing I can think of is that the daiquiri was sweeter.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that more.
Yeah.
But
I can see that.
That's just
What about this?
You gave that one a 4 too, didn't you?
Yeah. What would you give this?
So this one, I gotta say, me another sip.
I don't have any more sips.
The final sip, huh?
I don't have any more.
You want more?
While you're thinking of it, I do just want to say, Tinoko, shout out you. Apparently, this is your favorite Gatorade flavor. It might rapidly become mine.
You know, it's funny because like it was at the 7-Eleven by the shipyard, right? And I could never find it in any other 7-Eleven. But however, caveat is he would get the
full sugar.
The full sugar. It doesn't taste that much different. I've had both.
You've had both?
But, you know, that's just me. Some people can taste the difference.
I don't know if Gatorade is one of the few things that I feel like they do a really good job of their zero version. I don't know what fake sugar they use, but
they use that highly cancerous. That's good for your taste buds, but not your body.
Yeah, I can see it.
I honestly might give this a 4.
Also?
Well. Yeah.
I wish Mike was here because I think he would also.
He would give it a 2.
Yeah, you think so?
No, I don't know. I just feel like he'd be like.
He would probably say he doesn't taste the gin enough.
Yeah,
I would bet Mike says 3 only because like this tastes like cucumber, almost like water. I just taste cucumber.
It's funny because I think not the reference on the blue banana again, but like that was pretty boozy, and he seemed like he didn't like it.
Maybe he hates banana.
Maybe you telling me you hate banana? You coming on my show and you hate banana? Our show? Sorry. Didn't mean to cut you out.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So 4.
4s all around.
4s on the floor.
That puts it up. I mean, like, that puts it up there with...
the Xmas.
Wow. Who gave the Zachary... Did DeGINerate give the Zachary Daiquiri a 3? How is it a 4?
I think you did.
Wow.
Bird.
And then it's right near Xmas Spirit, which, if I remember right, is a very minty drink.
I think that one was like cranberry.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Which is also another heavy.
Yeah,
it's a big. We have flavor. I noticed when you get these drinks up here that like we have flavors that we like. Yeah, really like.
That is one of the like. I think the 3 of us all have kind of similar palates for the most part. So like,
idea.
What's that?
I don't mean to ruin your train of thought, but like I have some drink left. I think if you put Liquid Death or any soda water in it, it might be a 5.
You think so?
Do you want to give it a shot? I don't know. I'm just like not a lot, but like
cracking open a Liquid Death. Even though I'm trying to break my dependence on you guys.
Probably
shout
like
out
that,
not Liquid Death.
That's probably good. You like a little spinning. I'm just saying.
Really?
I don't know.
This is it. This is the first taste with it being...
they reinvented.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't share my rim again. No. Made it worse.
No, I...
Too much water?
No, to me, I'd still just really taste the cucumber. I would still give that a 4.
Yeah, I was trying to get the 5.
Yeah. Did it move the needle enough for you to make it a 5?
It kind of,
because that pushes down your...
I think it didn't go that far. I think it solidified the 4.
Okay.
Because I think one thing I also like is crisp, the fizzy.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big thing in drinks for me. So sometimes like a gin fizz is more appealing to me than like a daiquiri, honestly, because a daiquiri is just still.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get that fizz and you're like, oh yeah, it's good. Like some champagne in your drink, you know what I mean? Like
I love champ. I love champ in my drink.
So yeah, you were saying about our flavor profiles being like...
Yeah, like that. I think that is one thing about all of us kind of having similar flavor profiles is when we rate drinks, we're all naturally going to rate like cucumbery, banana-y, like things that we all kind of all like.
Yeah, that's true.
Higher. Mm-hmm. But that's why we like feedback from you guys.
Yeah.
Let us know, like, hey, I actually ate this or drank this cucumber drink, and I fucking hate cucumber.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, thanks for making me drink this shit. I mean, like, because, okay, so sometimes we make things that are really catered to what we like, and then other times we make, like,
we just go off the party. Wall. Yeah.
You know, we make Beats drinks, and, you know.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, like, I think.
That was a miss.
It was a miss, yeah. Whoopsie. But, you know, sometimes you swing for the fences and...
You land.
Yeah. You strike out.
Yeah. That too.
You land. on your ass because you swung hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you guys should go check it out. For a drink, it's easy to make.
Yeah. You just go grab a Gatorade Zero.
Go grab some gin.
We use how'd you pronounce it? Nutson?
It's it's like KNUT space Hansen.
Okay.
Like Hansen Brothers.
Okay.
Like
Hansen
like
gin.
Like Mbop.
But really, we just did it because it was from California.
Mbop.
You could.
Yeah, you could use like Grey Whale. You can use any gin you want.
I think to keep it in the spirit, you need something not Empressy though. You want to get the green.
Yeah, get the green because the aliens.
Yeah. So
that's also the thing.
Yeah.
And I know. Yeah. Yes.
Go do it.
Go do it now. Let us know.
Let us know at Jen and Sofa Pod on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
Yeah, we're everywhere. YouTube. If you want to comment on one of our videos, go ahead there.
Like, subscribe, I think is what they say on YouTube.
Yeah, they do something like that. I don't really ever tell people to subscribe. It's probably why we don't have many, but
yeah.
If you see our video, just hit the subscribe. Fuck it.
Do it.
Just do it.
All right, so we're sipping on we called it the Nada. I think that's a really great name for it because we're about to review They Live.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't tell you this when we were watching it. That was my first time seeing it.
I figured it was.
Oh.
I thought you told me you'd never seen it before.
Okay. So never mind. I thought that was a big reveal.
Conversation, yeah, it was mentioned. So. No.
Okay.
I already knew.
But you had seen it before.
Yeah, I seen it a long time ago, though.
A lot, like kid, like childish.
Maybe like teenage years.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a kid.
Yeah,
Half my life ago.
Did it hold up?
I think so.
I think it was good.
I think it was really good. I think it was 92 minutes, 90 minutes long.
Short movie.
Which
I think is something that is like lost now.
It is I think so too.
Yeah.
Because we watched The Game.
Yeah.
And then we watched Memento.
Yeah.
Like within a couple weeks. I'd say they're both over 2 hours long. I think they both are.
Yeah.
And I think that's become the common thing. It's like they want to tell this convoluted story, and I get it. You want to get twists and turns,
and you want to be seen as like a good director.
Yeah,
and
you
like,
want to set up all these seeds of the story, and and then they take it like an hour to set seeds up.
Yeah.
It takes me about 5 seconds to set my seed up.
I'm a short seed setter.
I'm a short seeder.
Short seed. I agree. It's like like the only things under like 90 minutes now are like kids movies.
Yeah, cartoons almost. Yeah.
Like action movies should only be 90 minutes.
Yeah, I don't need fucking Matrix being like 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
Yeah.
Except for Bond movies, they tend to be 2 hours long. But
we didn't mention Daniel Craig in our ratings.
Oops. Yeah.
I almost consider Bond a different.
It's like a different era.
Yeah, for some reason it's like different to me.
That's different.
But yeah, okay, so we're sipping on the Nada.
So your first time watching it?
It was my first time watching it. I liked it. And from the onset, we're brought into this world where this dude is like
he's just drifting.
He's drifting
hard.
He's like not homeless but homeless.
Yeah, he's got like a bag with like a sleeping bag and stuff. But he's got like he doesn't look like he's homeless. He looks like he's just like moved into town.
Yeah. And we find out he kind of is because he goes to that unemployment office.
Right.
He just seems to be like down on his luck.
Yeah, he's looking for a job. They don't got anything open for him.
Yeah, but they are seeing this scene of like right now there must be like this major divide between like people with money.
Yeah, there's like
and
no middle class almost.
Yeah.
It's like you're either homeless or you're rich.
Yeah.
And we later found out that it's in L.A.
Yeah.
Because we were trying to find out for a while what the setting was.
Yeah, we didn't recognize L.A. apparently.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was like I was like, this is some kind of dirty town. Big town, but dirty. Big city, but kind of dirty. Yeah. It was L.A., which directed by John Carpenter.
Oh yeah, that should be mentioned. It is directed by John Carpenter.
1988, the year of two legends were born.
The two legends were born.
Yeah, us. And so, directed by John Carpenter. And he was at that point in like his fifth or sixth film, which was like The Thing, Escape from New York, Escape from L.A.
I've never seen Escape from L.A. Just random side.
Have you seen Escape from New York?
I've seen Escape from New York.
I think that one's better. Whatever the first one is better.
Yeah, I definitely think it's Escape from New York because he's Snake Plissken.
He's Snake Plissken.
Yeah.
Which is, Metal Gear Solid.
Random.
Random. Yeah. What a good callback. So he's pretty much like in his like wheelhouse, right? He's in his prime of directing, like
he can't miss.
Yeah. I would say that the one thing I noticed early though was that the music.
Yeah.
It kind of reminded me of The Thing.
Okay.
You've seen The Thing, right?
I think we've actually watched it together.
The old one?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got that like deep bass, like boom, 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 boom. I don't know how to really do it, but like if you hear it, if you watch the movie.
I think John Carpenter's big into music.
Yeah,
like
same with Halloween. I forgot Halloween. We're talking about. I was like, he's got like 4 or 5 movies. I can't remember Halloween.
I can't remember any of them but Kurt Russell movies.
Yeah, Kurt Russell movies. I don't know why. But yeah, like Halloween music. Fuck, dude. Yeah, so he's drifting. He's grifting. This is also, he runs into a street preacher. He sees the dude like kind of talking against whatever their. Yeah. Whatever
the like status quo is of like.
Rich people.
Yeah, rich people. He's like, we're all shitty.
Yeah, or don't buy into the lies or something, it's all that, but it does look like it's just regular old preaching,
Yeah.
You could just say, oh, he was just preaching.
Yeah, he's like a street preacher, like those.
Yeah,
like he's saying something.
Like a fountain.
Yeah.
Giving out like hand down life lessons from his cloud of judgment, like.
And then we see him go to this construction site to ask for a job. Mm-hmm. One of the weird things for me is like he walks up to that construction dude and he's like, "Hey, you looking for work?" And the guy said, "Maybe." He's like, "I got my own tools," and he's like, "This is a union gig, so no."
Yeah, he's like, "Maybe, but no."
And it's really weird, but one of the good parts of the construction scenes are Rob McElhenney. You'll probably enjoy this. I'm talking to you like you're a listener, but
this is like the second time this episode really. You Rob
McElhenney, but Roddy Piper is just shirtless for no reason.
That's true. He's just handing out beefcake like it's fucking free on Sundays. Bro.
Yeah,
he's like.
He's just jacked.
And the worst part, not the worst, you mean the best part, is that no one else has their shirt off.
Yeah, he's just jacked. He's like,
blast my nips.
Yeah, he's like, you know what, this is a good scene for me to pop this off.
It feels like Dennis Reynolds got inspiration. I'm going to blast these nips here for no reason.
Blast these nips.
Because I'm going to dig with no shirt on.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the only shirt he had. He didn't want to sweat it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I only got one shirt. I'm a grifter. I got this sick flannel.
I don't want to sweat in my flannel.
It soaks it all up and it just stinks. So at the end of the day, he like tries to get a paycheck right away.
Yeah, he's like, when am I getting paid?
Yeah, and they're like, not yet.
Because the dude walked up to him, he's like, you can't sleep here.
Yeah.
I was like, how'd you know the dude was homeless?
Maybe puts out the vibe. He's a grifter.
Yeah, and, probably does.
So he's like, can't sleep here. And then Keith David,
who you might remember from there. You mentioned this to me. I couldn't remember where he's from. There's something about Mary's dad.
He's Mary's dad.
If you guys remember that.
He's also in The Thing.
I don't know why I looked at Kumo. If you remember that, Kumo.
Yeah, Kumo. You remember that. And he's like, yeah, dude. Son of a bitch. Of course I do.
Yeah. Love that movie.
He's also in one
Diaz.
episode of Psych as Gus's dad.
No way.
And he's in The Thing.
I think
he's in some other stuff, too. I should watch more Keith David. I like Keith David.
I apparently like Keith David.
So
they meet and they're it was weird to me because immediately like he could like suss him out. I think they're supposed to show that Keith David's character, who I can't remember his name. I'm gonna try to find Frank. All right, you're right.
Yeah.
Frank is like a good dude because he immediately walks up to him and is like, hey, there's this like soup kitchen I know. I'm headed that way. Yeah. Follow me.
I can tell you're homeless.
I can tell you need.
Yeah.
I can tell you need
something. You need life.
Yeah. There was kind of a cool line where they're walking and Keith David was like, I don't like being followed. Mm-hmm. And this guy was like, well, I don't follow anybody unless I know where they're going. Right. I don't like join up with anyone unless I know where they're going.
It was very undercover.
Yeah.
80s. Yeah.
Yeah. So they end up at...
you have AIDS? Cool.
shantytown.
Yeah, full-blown shantytown. And you know, it's funny, I got the Wikipedia pulled up.
Okay.
Did you read what it says?
Invites him to the shantytown.
It says a shantytown.
It does say shantytown
yeah,
here.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, this is a full-blown shantytown. And then the Wikipedia literally calls it a shantytown soup kitchen. So you had half of it right.
Yeah.
A soup kitchen, and I had a shantytown. So yeah, they roll up to the shantytown, and this guy's like leading it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you could help us fix the shitter or something like that, or the shower."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay," and then like they didn't, and then they just moved on.
They didn't.
They didn't fix anything. He gets fed, and they're just kind of hanging out. And this is where like Frank's talking about like how he's got kids, he's got a wife.
Yeah, like he's also hard on his luck.
Yeah, he's like trying to like right the road.
Yeah,
kind of
he's from Detroit. He moved to apparently Los Angeles because apparently Los Angeles is the only place with jobs.
Yeah, apparently just go to Los Angeles because if you keep going, you're in the ocean. I don't know, but like so then what's his name? Roddy Piper.
Yeah, Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper gets some reason is an extra curious man. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
no, wait, sorry, I didn't mean to get ahead of myself. He is very curious. However, the TV was getting cut in and out.
On his way of like inspecting the shantytown, he like some dudes are watching a TV, and this like this broadcast keeps like cutting in and out.
Yeah.
You're seeing the normal TV, and then you're seeing like they call it a hacker. A hacker,
a dude.
Yeah, a dude is like kind of also doing street preaching, like saying like we're asleep.
Yeah,
and these
wake
people,
up.
Yeah, these people are like we're living a terrible life and all this stuff. He's really trying to. I don't think he's saying anything too crazy because apparently like you're living in a shanty town.
Yeah, right. I don't know how they got a TV signal in the shanty town.
Somehow they hacked it. Yeah,
but
it's also weird that like. I mean, we're about to find this out as Roddy Piper is kind of navigating the shantytown.
Yeah.
He's they're right next to the church. Why didn't the church just, talk to the people in the shanty? Why'd they have to hack the TV?
I think that has to do with we're going to spoil the whole movie, but I think that has to do with they didn't really want to get caught.
Yeah.
I think they really wanted to like hack in and like not be like seen.
Yeah.
Like telling a whole congregation that like fight, or wake up.
Yeah.
That's what I think. And when you go in, and when Roddy Piper goes into the church and it's like nothing there but like a chemistry like set up.
Yeah.
Which is like pretty much the next scene. So he pretty much watches this dude with the street preacher.
Yeah.
And they're like going into the church and he don't come out until like 4 a.m, I think he said.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, he needed help in the kitchen. They feed us. So Roddy Piper's like, I'm about to inspect this kitchen. Yeah, he like walks in and there's no kitchen. It's just like looks like Walter White and Jesse Pinkman's fucking.
It does
trailer,
look like a Breaking Bad meth lab.
Yeah, there's Erlenmeyer flasks everywhere.
Yeah.
No Sudafed, but
not no Sudafed.
Pseudo cook, bro.
It is very interesting. You mentioned this and like I didn't realize this, but yeah, like. He gets into the shit. He just starts inspecting shit.
Yeah, he was very like, I would not invite this guy anywhere.
Yeah, this dude was just like, oh, you got some shit going on? Let me
just bust up. Imagine him coming over your house. He's like, hey man, I'm just gonna look at your faucet. Yeah. I noticed you got leaks.
And he finds out that like, I think this church is like kind of non-existent. Like,
yeah, it's just a shell.
It's like the shell of the
facade.
Church. But yeah, it's a facade.
Yeah.
They're doing the recordings there. Mm-hmm. He like kind of falls into this like
hidden
area which has some boxes
of sunglasses.
Yeah, I don't think we know that yet, do we?
He sees them on the ground on the table.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know what they.
Yeah, he does. He finds these boxes. He thinks they're just doing, I guess, contraband. I don't know what he thinks they're doing.
I don't know. He didn't.
Yeah.
Really, he just.
He runs into the street preacher trying to like leave, and the street preacher's like, I can see, and he's like feeling him, really weirding out Roddy Piper.
Really, really freaking out,
He kind of just leaves.
Roddy?
Yeah, he leaves, and night falls.
Night falls.
I think this is a about the time he walks back up to is it Carl? No, not Carl.
Frank.
He walks back up to Frank and he's like, hey, some shit is going down.
Yeah, something's happening, bro.
And you can tell Frank is like, bro, I'm like trying to stay in my own lane. There's no need for you to tell me.
I'm walking to white. This is that line.
Yeah.
Did you write it down?
Unfortunately, I didn't write it down, but it's like, hey, I'm trying to
walk the white line.
Yeah.
And be like straight.
Yeah.
And not get any trouble. And then he goes like, the white line's down the middle of the road. The most.
That's the worst place.
That's the worst place to be.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, it's deep.
It's like hell yeah,
brother. Yeah, hell yeah. Tell him. But then night falls, and all of a sudden, your shit is raided. The popo roll up. And they're not like nice popo. There is no such thing. But they're hyper aggressive.
They are hyper aggressive, and you pointed this out, and it was really weird. They'd have some dudes in cars, and then randomly some dudes were apparently walking from the station.
With shields, bro. Like, nobody dropped them off, dude. They walked the whole way.
They walked.
They did.
Yeah.
And then they were throwing flares everywhere. It was a full blown raid, though. And
it was a raid.
Yeah, and then so they just started destroying the shantytown at the same time that they were like raiding the church.
Yeah. For some reason, I think it's because one of those things they realized they were like probably together.
Connected, yeah.
Yeah. So they destroy the shantytown. They raid the church. You see the preacher get kind of arrested and beat up. The guy that was doing those hackery things get arrested and beat up. He's like trying to escape. He does escape. He escapes with this like
random dude.
Not really consequential, but I mean, he pops in as a character. Like you don't know his name.
There for like maybe 2 minutes.
Unimportant character. He does escape though. He sneaks back the next day. Like they hide out.
Yeah, so he goes back to the church.
Yeah, he sneaks back in the church because he's like, I bet they didn't find this false door.
Yeah, he said, "This is my door."
Yeah, that's my door. I found that door.
Shit. Right, they didn't find the box.
They didn't find the box of, apparently, sunglasses.
Yeah, he opens up.
Dope-ass sunglasses.
Dope-ass sunglasses. There's a brand, but I don't know what it was. I wonder if it's on here.
Yeah. But, like, they are cool-looking sunglasses. Very, like, Wayfairy, very 80s. He puts them on, and they, like... The easiest way to describe this, if you haven't seen the movie, is... First off, everything is in black and white, so you know it's different.
Right.
But everything you look at, like it shows you the subliminal, obey. Is a big thing. Which,
marry and reproduce.
Like, it's interesting because we looked this up. Dude. Yeah. Obey.
Yeah.
The clothing company got like a lot of their inspiration. It's on their Wikipedia. Got their inspiration from this movie. When he puts on these glasses, you can see all of the obey and marry, reproduce, consume.
Yeah.
Like, basically messages that are the true subliminal messages of do this.
Yeah, like the way we live is being told. Like, we're being told the way we live by aliens.
Yeah,
I guess I didn't reveal that.
It does get... He walks into a grocery store.
Yeah. Or magazines. The magazine
stand. You're right. Excuse me.
And he's reading this magazine, and it says the same thing over and over again.
Like the pages. It's a normal magazine with pictures, but like all the pages are white, and all they say is like obey, consume, marry, reproduce, blah blah blah.
Then he looks up.
And it's like a fucking
alien face.
It's
kind of like a bug almost.
Yeah. To me, it looked like someone as if their faces got melted off.
Right.
This is gonna be a deep cut reference.
Okay.
My first thought was that it was like, do you remember in Home Alone 2 when Marv is getting shocked? And there's one scene where like it turns big eyes, green, you know what I mean? It's just
it's kind of because it's why he made that comment to that cop. Did you cut yourself shaving? Yeah.
It's like they had no skin
off.
Yeah.
So he's like freaked out by the fact that this dude is clearly not human, and he's just looking at him like, something wrong?
Yeah.
You got a problem with me, bro? And then, like, the funny thing is, he freaks out, and he just starts walking down the street and goes into, like, I think it's when he goes into the grocery store.
It is when he goes into the grocery store.
And everyone in there is fucking...
Yeah.
And this is where... Okay, so they did the first kind of hint at what they were doing there, the aliens, is the guy's talking, a human, is talking to an alien. And he's like, man, I just don't know what I do wrong, man. You know, I'm trying my hardest. And the alien's like, hey, you'll get the promotion someday. You know?
Yeah.
Or he's like, you got promoted, I didn't, to the alien.
Yeah.
And so it kind of pretty much shows that, like, the aliens are getting all the promotions.
Yeah, like, they're the ones that are in the upper society. Yeah. And, like, humans are...
just kind of there.
Yeah.
You know... So then he sees that, and this the funny thing is, I would have a different response than Roddy Piper did.
Yeah.
But he went full 11, bro. He turned that dial up and was like
immediately.
Yeah, he was like, hey. And you were talking about how like so if you don't know who Roddy Piper is, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And you should find out who he is. He was a WWF wrestler in the 80s.
Before they were WWE.
Former WWE.
Yeah.
And he was actually, I read one of the tidbits that he was one of the first wrestlers to pursue acting. Although he didn't really become a super big actor, but since he did it,
he was one of the first to just do it.
Yeah. And so it kind of like influenced like The Rock and
Stone Cold, I think,
John Cena and Stone Cold. You know, all that. Everyone else saw him do it, and they started like, oh, I could do that too. You know? And since that, like I'm saw
also
that
a big dude.
I'm a big jack dude. You know? Yeah. And if you saw that, like the movie released like #1, the box office, the weekend it came out.
Yeah.
Which was a shock. John Carpenter even was quoted like, I didn't think it would be that good.
Wow.
But since it was #1 for like a little bit, people were like, oh man, like you could be an actor.
Yeah.
And so like it kind of opened doorways in a weird way.
Right on. Way to knock down doors.
But way to knock down doors for other jack dudes. Love it. But I was going to say what I brought this up with the WWF is because you made a comment that during the grocery store was when you kind of noticed more of his dialogue.
Yeah.
Because he was really quiet until that point.
Yeah. Like it's like it's like an immediate switch where like it's so weird that like up until this point he's been like almost like he's been a nice dude. So like everyone
just trying to survive.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he starts like talking in these WWF, WWE like like you are so ugly.
He's like, girl, you were ugly. Yeah. Or something like that. Yeah.
And she's like, oh my God.
Yeah. How could you say something?
And he's like, I don't know. He talks in a very WWE way.
Like he's talking smack.
Yeah. He's talking smack. Down, and then all of a sudden, you see the alien kind of talking to her watch.
Yeah.
And she's like,
because he was like, he said
the glasses.
Yeah. He was like, no. See, here's the thing: is
you look normal. And then
she looks normal until I take my glasses on, and she looks ugly as shit. But I take my glasses off, she looks normal, and then
she's like, oh, this guy can see.
We got someone that can see.
Yeah.
And so like that would not be the way I responded.
Yeah. Why would you let someone know?
Never let him know.
Yeah. It was stupid.
But when that happened, he was like, all right, I'm gonna crank it to more than 11.
Immediately. Like goes outside, gets kind of confronted by the cops because apparently this watch thing is a communication device between all aliens or like at least to the cops. They show up, and like you said, he cranks it up even more, and just beats ass.
Just beats ass, dude.
Yeah, he can see. I can't remember. Maybe you do. Are they aliens?
Yeah,
they are. Also.
They're both aliens.
Okay. Because I remember them mentioning, but we'll get to that. He beats their ass. He kind of escapes, runs away, runs into this parking garage with some sick old cars.
Well, before that, he went to the bank and killed a bunch of people. Because that's when he walks in.
You're right.
He walks in and says...
Because that's when he gets his shotgun.
He gets his shotgun from the cop. He goes into the bank and he's like, hey, I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Yeah.
I'm all out of bubblegum. Which is an iconic line.
Yeah.
Because he used it in wrestling. Apparently, okay, so I also read that. I read that was ad-libbed by Roddy Piper.
Were they just like, hey, whatever you do in wrestling, say stuff? I guess
he said that John Carpenter said that, like, Roddy Piper showed him, like, he had a notebook of, like, things he wanted to say as a wrestler.
Nice.
And it was one that he didn't use yet, and he's like, and he's like, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
And he just said it. And he was like, keep it. You know, we're gonna keep that cut in.
I like knowing that kind of stuff.
And then he like started using it in wrestling matches later on.
Okay.
When he went back to wrestling, so like that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, he kills a bunch of aliens.
In the bank. Yeah.
Aliens in the bank, and then he runs off to the parking garage.
The parking garage, yeah. And he's like, he sees this lady. Mm-hmm. She's just walking to her car.
Yeah.
And he needs a way out. And, like, he can't just walk out there looking for him. So he essentially kidnaps this woman and says, drive.
Right. They end up at her house.
Yeah, he makes her drive. This is also really weird because during the drive to her house, like, she's like, where do you want me to go?
Yeah.
And he was like, are you married? Like, that seems like a really weird question to ask.
Yeah, are you married?
Like, she said, where do you want me to go? He wasn't like, your house. He said, are you married?
Yeah, I know. He's like, are you married? I just want to. My only thought is, like, maybe her husband would be home.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to
Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
I don't want to go to your home. But, you know, it's one of those action flaws. Those movie tropes. It's like, just use your words, Roddy.
Yeah, just communicate.
Yeah, just say, I need somewhere to safe. Is there anyone else that lives with you? You don't have to be like, are you married? Don't ask questions. Don't lie to me.
Yeah.
But they get there. She's rich.
Yeah.
The house
she is rich.
Huge.
Should be an alarm. But
I thought so.
Yeah.
From the right away, I was like, this is.
Yeah, you're not living in, like, normal
human shanty town anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like, and I think he, like, tries to explain. He's like, if you put these glasses on.
Yeah, so it kind of, I think they showed later, because she said that this is later on in the movie, when they get the contacts.
Yeah.
And she's like, those don't hurt your head as much. So I think he was in some kind of like delusional kind of like headache, migraine kind of deal. Because if you wear the sunglasses too much, it fucks with your brain.
Yeah, it hurts.
It hurts.
Yeah, he's
so
like
maybe
tired.
He's kind of like tired, and he's just like, please put the glasses on.
Please. Yeah.
And then she fucking whacks the dude on the side of the head and throws the motherfucker out the window.
I wish you could see how jacked Roddy Piper is in this, and how, like, kind of normal, small, whatever the woman is. Throws him out the fucking window.
Launches him.
Yeah. Dude's, like, beat up.
Yeah, like, he goes on a fucking hill for, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then, he's, like, hides and recluses.
Yeah, and she calls the cops, so he has to, like, hide and escape and run. He goes back to find his sunglasses. Like, he had the box of sunglasses. He only took one pair.
Yeah.
And hid him in the hid him in the garbage can. He goes back to retrieve them because he's like, I left my glasses in this woman's house when she threw my ass out a window.
Because he got thrown the fuck out.
Yeah. He's like, oh shit, I've got more. I'm gonna go get some more glasses.
Right.
Because he's an idiot and hid them in a trash can. Guess what?
Yeah, they collected trash.
The trash is collected, so
shocking.
But luckily for him, it was literally just collected.
Nice.
Action movie trope.
Yeah, very nice. Also very nice that he jumped in and it was like the third box down.
Yeah, he found it immediately.
There it is.
Yeah, he gets out. I think this is when he tries to go see Frank at the construction site.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hey, dude, I need you to look out this. Look in these glasses. He's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, because I guess the news got out that he killed all those guys in the bank.
Yeah.
He's like, you're a murderer. Get the fuck out of here.
People are looking for it. It's also kind of crazy. Like, they've known each other for a day.
Yeah.
If I don't know that aliens exist. All of a sudden, this dude that started shooting people came back up to me. I wouldn't be his friend like the way that he was like, hey, to him, like, he'd be like, hey, get out of here.
Yeah.
Stay low. Like, he was like
giving her a straight line, bro. Walk down the middle.
Yeah, he was just like, it was crazy. But they get into this iconic fight.
Iconic, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, like if you guys look up the Wikipedia, it is listed as one of the best fight scenes. Like, it's one of the things that is
known about.
Remembered about this movie.
A good word.
Yeah,
and it's 5 minutes and 20 seconds, I think.
Yeah,
it goes on.
It's a long fight.
It's like a wrestling match.
It is a wrestling match.
Absolutely, it's pretty.
Like, you've got suplexes, you've got like
power bombs, pretty much.
Yeah,
backbreakers. You got like weapons.
It's a badass fight scene. It's a good fight scene.
It's a good fight. And then at the end of the day, finally, he just forces the glasses onto Frank. Who then sees two aliens in a saucer.
Yeah, like he immediately is like, oh shit.
Shit's weird.
Yeah,
he bought it real quick, didn't he?
Yeah, I'd be like, "These are trick sunglasses, bro."
Yeah, this is fake. He was like, "No, dude." So then they meet up with the dude from the shantytown, I think.
Yeah, they run into his name is Gilbert.
Gilbert. Okay.
It's probably Gilbert, but
Gilbert.
It just makes me think of King of the Hill.
Gilberto.
Yeah.
Sunoco.
Oh, and it also makes me think of Sunoco. He tells him to go to this other meeting, like a big anti-alien meeting. Yeah. He's like, go to this secret
hangout. Safe house, I guess.
Yeah, safe house, which is, you alluded to it earlier. They immediately walk in and they're like, hey, you don't have to wear those glasses here. Here's some contacts. Yeah, here's some contacts.
Yeah, put these in. And then Keith David just kind of like puts them like in like a shot into his eye.
Here you go.
He's just like, fucking boom, boom, I'm in, dude. And you're like, what the hell? So, yeah, I think that's when they just start saying more information about the aliens. Like, I think.
Yeah, they give it a bigger. Yeah, you learn everything.
The aliens are using humans to like harvest the environment to their liking or something.
They use this like, it's heavy-handed, but they use this like analogy where he says Earth is their third world.
Yeah.
And I get like it's like they want to exploit Earth for like its resources and cheap labor.
Which,
yeah.
It's got and it's been done before.
Yeah.
At least this alien ideas.
You get the theme of the movie basically. Mm-hmm. And while they're like loading up, a dude throws him a watch. You really get to know that like, hey, this watch is not only is it a communication device, but it's like their portals. Good
game.
During all this, they get raided.
Oh yeah, they get raided harder than the shantytown.
Like they come in guns blazing.
Yeah, they pretty much killed everybody.
They killed everybody.
Before that, Holly, the chick, shows up.
Oh, Miss Scusi, the girl that he abducted.
The one that threw him out the fucking window.
Yeah. The one that he abducted and threw him out the window shows up at this meeting.
Yeah.
How did she get the notice? I don't know. But you're led to believe that it's because she looked through the glasses because he left his glasses there. She figured it out. Yeah. Yeah, and like she's like, okay.
Yep.
I get that aliens exist.
That's my thought too.
Yeah.
She just like figured it out and like, I'm gonna show. I don't know how she found out where to go, but
yeah, that's the weird part. Is like, how'd you know this is where we meet? But anyway,
it's almost like
a
whistleblower.
Goddamn whistleblower.
Telling her
so she's there. You're right. But they get raided while there
because I was just gonna say everyone pretty much dies except for Nada, Frank, and the chick.
Yeah,
literally, and then they run away.
And
they're still getting attacked in the alleyway. We can't find the girl anymore. She's pretty much like missing.
Yeah, she was missing. They're attacking from like a lot of angles.
Yeah,
so
like they're the fucking like fire escapes and shit.
One of these, this is one of the scenes that I really remember as like kind of like you said, an action movie trope of just not using your words. Like this dude is messing with this watch, like trying to figure it out, and he's like Frank, trying to get his attention when like there's these dudes with guns like approaching them.
Yeah,
and I'm like, that is such an action movie trope. Be like, Frank, dudes are here, bro. Yeah, hey, look up. We're getting attacked. Here. Yeah.
How about him using his gun like this? He just like points it at the ceiling, like angled, and he fucking kills a dude.
Yeah. He's a badass.
That's the explanation.
Yeah.
Badass. So Frank kind of figures out how to use the watch.
Yeah, he hits a button, throws it, and it's just like a little hole.
Yeah.
And it's like jump through this hole for 10 seconds. Like we only have 10 seconds, so they have to jump through it.
So then
they jump through it.
They end up in this hallway.
You made a good reference that it's like the
there's a tunnel in the shipyard that's like for all the water, and like we have like instrumentation down there.
Yeah,
it's a massive tunnel and it runs the whole ship underneath the whole shipyard.
Yeah,
it reminded me of that.
Yeah,
it was very like underground, like connecting the whole city kind of deal.
Yeah, it was very like a sewery tunnel. They're walking through and they hear like over the radio. They're like trying to sneak. They hear over the radio that like they've caught all the bad guys.
Yeah. Also, it was funny because is that the dinner meeting?
Yeah, like they hear that
Yeah.
and then they walk into the dinner meeting.
Yeah.
Which I think is why, and we're gonna hear this. They're listening to this like dinner meeting of all the rich elites and like aliens, talking about like, oh, we've caught all the bad guys and like this partnership is you guys.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We both blatantly forgot Gilbert when he's talking about the third world country.
Yeah.
The planet, but he also said this is where he talks about humans joining their side.
Oh, you're right.
That is very vital.
Yeah, they recruited.
They were recruited because they were promising them money, wealth, power, to help them out. So they said humans are now working with the aliens.
Yeah, you're right.
Sorry, I just
that's key because while they're in this dinner meeting, they run into a guy
from the shanty town.
Yeah, a dude from the shanty town. He's like, "Oh, I didn't know you guys joined up and were recruited," and you're like, "Oh shit!" Like,
this dude, I thought he was dead.
Yeah, I thought he was dead. No, they were like, "Hey, be a part of us," and just immediately, this guy's like,
"Let me show you around, brother.
Let me show you everything there is to know about this."
These two guys are dirty as fuck.
Like everyone in this room is in a suit.
It's like black tie.
Yeah,
tire,
They walk in like obviously fucking dirty and like probably some blood and all that.
Smell like shit.
Yeah.
And
this guy's like, you know what?
I'm gonna show you around. I'm gonna show you what I know.
You're clearly here because you were recruited by these aliens. And he's showing him everything. He's like, this is where we release our signal to the world. All this shit. They basically are like, hey, can we get into this? Like they're recording like news, I think.
Yeah, something like that. The nightly news or something.
Yeah, the nightly news. They're recording some news, and he's basically like, this is where we record, and like on the roof we send the signal to the world.
Yep.
This is, I think, where they decide we're just gonna start.
This is it, boys.
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
They shoot 2 guards. They make the dude like they're like, hey, why the fuck did you're a traitor and all this stuff, and he's like, don't you want to live the good life? I don't know.
Yeah, he wanted the money.
Yeah, he wanted the money. The one thing about action movies, they always have this trope, and this comes into play.
Yeah,
these guys are like essentially like on a mission through this studio.
Right.
But Roddy Piper is like, Holly, I need to find. Holly is the name of the woman he abducted. Yeah. I need to find Holly. I love Holly.
Yeah, I love Holly.
Yeah.
He doesn't say that, but he definitely implies the implications.
So they're walking down some hallways. They kill a bunch of guards.
They just wreck shit.
And then who's walking quietly through the hall?
Holly. But we're not going to question that.
We're not going to question that. How
she got there.
They make the plan as a trio to get to the roof, to cut off the signal.
There's a signal, like a satellite.
Yeah.
That's putting out the signal from the aliens.
Yeah.
And, like the overlords to tell like everyone what to do. Or I think it's more or less the signal that's like masking everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really what it is. It's like they're recording and this signal is what's making it look normal to us. I think that's probably the better way.
More of a better
way.
So they end up they're running towards the roof.
Yeah.
And I guess you were right about that scene. Keith David. Rip. He
so Roddy Piper, shoots some dudes and he's like, hey, let's all go to the roof. And runs off without his friends.
Yeah, he just takes off.
And immediately Holly
pulls a gun out of her asshole.
Pulls a gun, shoots my dude.
Shoots him.
Not Roddy Piper, shoots
Keith David. Frank. Shoots him, man. Wearing a dome ski.
And I was like, damn.
That was quick. It was just quick.
It was a quick death.
Boom. He had no idea it happened. So now he's on the roof and he sees the transmitter.
Yeah. And he's like looking at this transmitter.
He's investigating.
And he's like, you guys up here?
Yeah, like doesn't turn around. You guys ready to do this shit?
And she's like, I am.
Yeah, and he turns, of course.
She turns around. She's holding a gun. She's like, don't do it. There's a helicopter that's like, hey, bud.
They're going to fucking kill you.
Yeah, they're going to kill you. She's like, let's just leave. And he's like, fuck it. Shoots her. Turns around. Because, like the plane is facing...
He's got like a little Derringer, like baby gun. Blast the transmitter up.
Blast the transmitter, destroys their thing, gets shot.
He gets shot by the
He does get shot. But in his act of selflessness to sacrifice himself, it does, like you said, stop the like masking signal of like people not being able to see these aliens.
Let's not forget the final send-off to the aliens. He's dying on the roof. He's bleeding out.
Yeah.
And they blew up the satellite, and he just looks at the helicopter, and he flicks him off. And then he dies.
What a badass. This is also the part that, like, everyone is now noticing that, like, the signal's broken. Yeah. So, like, all the aliens are now revealed, et cetera, et cetera. This is the only scene in the movie with boobs.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's a John Carpenter 80s movie, and there's, like, one set.
One breast set. And it was at the very end. I was fine waiting.
Was it worth the wait?
Yeah, it was worth the wait.
It wasn't a bad pair.
Yeah, it was a good pair.
She was having relations with an alien. And looked down, and he was an alien now, so she freaked out. And then the movie ended.
The movie ended.
Were you surprised by the ending?
No. Mm-hmm. I kind of like it does a good job of like telling this, like, to me They Live is kind of the story of like Rowdy Roddy Piper's character.
Yeah,
and it tells the story of him.
Yeah, and I think it was kind of funny. You know, he flicks off the helicopter, and I was like, man, this is probably honestly like a grifter's kind of dream. You know, he's like grifting about, and he finds like some kind of like higher purpose.
Yeah,
you know, he's like, I'm gonna save the fucking world. I don't give a fuck if I die. I'm saving the world. You know, like, and he got shot because he's like, I'm blowing this bitch up. Not even living enough to know if it worked.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it was the story. Yeah, it was the story of him.
Yeah, so I think because it ended abruptly in that sense where like you now suddenly know there's aliens where you're like, oh shit, how are they going to deal with that?
Right.
But it ends before that.
Yeah.
I think it does a good job of like, if there would have ever been a They Live 2,
they could have, definitely. They could have shown the aftermath.
Yeah.
I also think it's a pretty good ending because it's more like, interpretation, definitely. And also, like, that was the big thing they were trying to hide.
Yeah.
They were trying to hide that they existed.
For sure.
So, like, when they were, like, that was, like, their big weapon. They weren't, like you mentioned when we were watching, they're not, like, super strong.
Yeah, like, they died normally. Like, you could shoot them and they were dead.
They died. Yeah, they're not super fast, not super strong, super smart. You know, like, they just had the power of, like, being over us.
Yeah.
And not seen.
Like so, deception,
like,
or whatever.
that whole thing is revealed, and you can just be like, well, they're fucked. You know, but we don't know what happens that they're fucked. So
the hope is you outnumber them, I guess.
Yeah, you know, and, you know, like, yeah. That's I think the cool part about the ending was that it was just kind of on your own imagination.
Yeah, like you can kind of imagine.
And you can't really hate a movie that ends on titty. You know, that's a good way to end a movie.
I agree. That's my favorite way to start and end a movie.
Yeah, it's
honestly probably my favorite way.
Maneuver. Yeah. You know,
the titty bookend. The boob bookend.
The double B.
The double B. The boob book.
The boob book. End.
I guess it's the BBE.
The BBE. Well, bookend's a one word, isn't it?
The BB.
The BB. B squared.
B squared.
Hit up that movie with the B squared.
All right. So what about a rating on your cocktail scale?
Okay. Okay. 0. Maybe 1.
That's the thing. I could watch it without. I think 1
is enjoyable.
Yeah, like 1 would be a really good.
Yeah.
Like I'm laughing like talking about this movie with you already.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, if we had maybe had these two
while we were like watching it,
that might have made it like really, really good. But I'd give it a 0 to 1. Like, that's a good rating for Gin and Sofa. If you guys are unfamiliar, we do the higher the rating, the worse it is almost.
Yeah. The more you drink, so it's the opposite of a cocktail scale.
Yeah.
Did you see the Rotten Tomatoes score?
What is the Rotten Tomatoes score? No,
I had to guess. I think I remember it.
Okay. I think it gets a boost from being a John Carpenter movie.
You did 1 cocktail as well?
Yeah, okay. A 0 to 1, but I'll give it a 1. I'm gonna guess it's between 60 and 70, so 67
for being Carpenter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Higher. Is it in the 80s?
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to say. Don't mind if I.
All right. While you're looking it up, Were you shocked by the rating?
I mean, I guess a little, just because of like, I feel like Rotten Tomatoes hates on like action movies.
Sure.
But I want to say, I think it was 86.
86. I think that's that's
really good.
Yeah. I do think that's a, like, 86 is like one of those things where it's like, that's like a near perfect movie.
Which is, I'm kind of like, is it because of the message?
I think that's a thing too. I mean? Yeah. Like, I think they do that thing where they're, if you have a really big theme.
Yeah. I also would say that, it's nice when it's like the hero didn't survive.
Yeah.
Sometimes they always survive, and there's plot armor and this and that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
My dude died.
He died.
It was like you said, it was a complete story. Yeah. I think it's deserved. I think sometimes Rotten Tomatoes is skewed though, because they like weird movies.
What's interesting is I think that falls in line. I think a 0 to 1 for us, a 0-1 is like an 80% Rotten Tomatoes score.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the few times. I
think 0 to 1 was like, Blank Man.
Yeah, like that's I was gonna say that's one of the few times the Rotten Tomatoes score is kind of in line with how.
Point that movies are just supposed to be fun.
Yeah, it was a fun movie.
In the end of the day, it's entertainment.
Yeah,
and like you have it's aliens, man.
Yeah.
And like they don't take the alien concept and they don't make him like super OP.
Yeah.
And menacing and terrifying. It is terrifying probably to wear those glasses. I'll tell you that. But like I think
they did look weird.
Yeah. But like the whole fact that it was more like just like, all right, dude, I'm going balls to the wall. I'm fucking shooting every fucking alien. I don't give a shit. Like there's no like Tom Cruise like got a complicated plan in my head.
Yeah. He was just a badass
shooting his way to the fucking roof of the building. Yeah. So I like the simplicity of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think people, if you're listening and you haven't watched it, I think you should go out and watch it.
Absolutely.
I think it's a highly recommended movie from Jen and Sofa, and you should let us know what you think. Yeah, I'm
gonna give it a must-watch stamp.
He's giving it a must-watch.
I think we got clothing brands that take their themes from it.
Yeah.
We got
influential,
iconic lines spoken by a WWF wrestler. It's got wrestling as a star. That's enough to make me watch.
It's got a fight scene that's always rated at like highly, like
5 minutes. 20 seconds of ass beating.
I want you to think about how long a 5-minute fight scene is.
When's the last time you had a 5-minute ass beating? An ass scene for 5 minutes. Let alone ass beating.
For real. But there you go. Jen and Sofa, recommended. They live. Let us know what you think if you check it out because of this recommendation.
Yeah, definitely. If you never heard of it until now, like, let us know if we steered you the right way.
Yeah. All right, degenerates. That's all the time we had today. We hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like or follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or really wherever you get your podcasts. And you can always reach out to us on Instagram or DM. Just look up Jen and Sofa Pod. Jen and Sofa, out.